Hi everyone, Lizzie Marlinga here, and today I have a very special guest, Ben, who is a financial advisor. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you for having me. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Good. I am Ben Onye's financial advisor out of Detroit, Michigan. I'm with Fit Financial Group of Ameriprise.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very excited to learn more about what a financial advisor is and kind of what your role is.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to sharing.
So why don't you kind of take us into what certificates and kind of what even is a financial advisor for those who have heard of the term but doesn't really know how it applies to them?
Definitely. So essentially a financial advisor is someone who provides ongoing consultation, providing strategic financial planning to individuals, business owners, healthcare professionals, surgeons, if you will. So essentially we're talking about this relationship between the advisor and the client, right? The client brings their situation wherever they are in their life. They bring their goals. And what we do is assess where we want to be in 5, 10, 15 years, and we create a financial roadmap for them. So like I said, it's that ongoing relationship. And to be a financial advisor, you actually need your Series 66, Series 7, Life and Health, and your variable annuities, depending on what you want to do within the industry. I have all 5, actually.
Very nice. So you are very well seasoned.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, with your clients right now, walk us through what type of clients you currently work with. Are any of them investors or first-time home buyers?
Definitely. So all my clients are typically business owners. So we're talking about high net worth individuals. Now, whether they are investing in real estate, I know some are. There's actually a client that I'm thinking of right now who is looking to buy his first-time home as an investment property, yes.
Very nice. Now, what's a day-to-day like when you are working with your clients? Is it fairly hands-on? Like, just walk us through what they can expect when they work with you as their financial advisor.
Definitely, that's a great question. So there's actually 2 pieces. I have 2 specialties. I primarily focus on retirement plans for small and mid-sized businesses. So day-to-day really looks like going out to these companies and really educating the employees on the importance of saving for retirement and for their future. Now, my second specialty is that individual financial planning, where we get really strategic in terms of tax efficiency and compound interest, so the growing of your assets. So a typical day-to-day would look like me, following up with my clients, seeing if anything has changed after that first initial, consultation with their goals. So if anything has changed, when I'm talking about changes, I mean first-time home purchases, if that's coming up, if there's a baby coming up in the picture. So constant monitoring of their situation.
Yeah. Have you ever had times where your clients, they want to take their funds out to purchase, whether it's an investment property or for their primary resident?
I have not, but that's a great question. I like that. If that's the case, that's why it's really important to go back to goal setting, right? So if I have a client come to me and tell me, we are looking to purchase this investment in about 2 years or 6 months even, we put them in the right vehicles that will allow them to take out funds without incurring any tax penalties, for example, because, within certain vehicles, there's certain rules and regulations that go along with it. So we're able to put them in the right vehicles. If they tell me beforehand that they're looking to purchase a home.
I have some clients myself who say, I'm not ready to purchase yet. I want to save or even put it in an investment fund for a few years and then take those funds out. Is that something you would be able to help them with?
Oh yeah, definitely. So if they're looking to, take the funds out, whether it's in the short term, there's certain strategies we can use to grow their money actually. For example, CDs or structured notes. It gives you some downside protection with a lot of upside potential as well. So if that's something that you're looking to do, whether it be, via property with Lizzie, of course, we have certain strategies that will allow you to do that.
So Ben, when someone wants to get started, how much money do they need to get started?
So in my personal situation, I don't think there's a specific dollar amount, right? If a person has the will and desire to want to change their situation, they can work with me. So what I really do is I help clients dream and goal set so that we can get to where they want to be, right? You just have to start somewhere. So we talk about savings before anything, right? So we assess your expenses. What are your expenses now? Where are they most likely going to be in retirement or in between? So I would say a person really needs just the desire to want to change their situation.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And especially with being able to budget and prioritize and furthermore save, because you cannot do a lot without saving.
Exactly.
When should someone even start saving? Because I know there's a big difference between people starting to truly save in their 20s compared to when they're in their 40s, 50s saying, oops, I kind of forgot about that part of life.
Definitely. So the earlier the better, right? If you start saving early, it changes your entire financial trajectory when you are 40, right? So we're talking about compound. So you first need to start saving before you can learn how to invest, right? You gotta crawl before you walk. So the earlier you start saving, whether it's in your retirement plan, whether it's in your IRA, whether it's in just your general savings, the better off you will be. So you want to save anywhere from 10% or above of your income for the future.
It's a good gauge.
So you want to start with at least 5 and try to bump that 5% up by 1% each year. You'll notice that it's kind of not a lot out of your pay initially. And then before you know it, you'll be at 10. You even want to increase it more. After you start seeing that compound take effect, you just want to save more. Just becomes second nature at that point.
Because just to clarify, when you say save 5%, do you mean that you only see 5% of how much you make in a year in your bank account at a given time? Or does that mean giving you 5% of their paycheck for you to handle?
Definitely. So that's a great question. So depending on your occupation, obviously, whether you're paid bi-weekly, monthly, I would say 5% of your pay per month, right? Whether that be broken up into 2 separate paychecks. So 5% each pay, essentially. Yep.
Thanks for clarifying.
Of course.
Of
course.
And when you talk about investing as well, how would you advise someone who wants to invest in, say, a single family compared to a multi-unit?
Definitely. So a single family, now this is Lissy's area of expertise, right? You're talking about putting how much for down payment?
Depends which financing route they go. If they want to use it as an investment to start, it'd be around 20%. If they're going to occupy it, they can go the FHA route for about 3.5%.
Interesting. Okay. So, either way, you're looking at putting down a lump sum of change, right? So the question was, how do you go about investing for that, correct?
Yeah, or if you have any guidance if someone should start with a single family compared to a multifamily, because typically when you think of multifamily, it's a lot more money they have to put in compared to if they truly should start small, depending on their goals.
Definitely. That's a great question. I love that. I honestly would say, to kind of get your feet wet, unless you're working with great partners like Lizzie herself. If you have the caliber and the will to want to make a multi-unit work, then by all means go for it. But I do suggest that having that ongoing financial advice as well as your agent or your broker is essential to that success of that property. Starting off with a single family may be great for those of you who aren't experienced. If you're taking that FHA route or that 20%, you're going to get a large chunk of capital to start. So I would say really assess, your net worth and your assets.
I always like to say your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
To really have a strong inner circle, and even when people start investing, how you can really bring in your friends and family and even like-minded people who share the same vision and goals as you, because the hardest thing to do is have that capital. So, 50K doesn't look so bad when each person brings in 10K, where you're really able to help make it not seem as scary as it may appear.
That's really good. Absolutely. Large collaboration is everything. Like Lizzie said, networking is the name of the game. Whether it's your family or your close group of friends, but your center of influence is definitely important when making big moves like that.
Yeah.
Putting like-minded people together, like this, for example, is
huge.
Great.
Yeah. Now, especially with you being a financial advisor, you've been in the industry for some time now. What do you think sets you apart from other financial advisors?
I would say, me and the client's relationship, right? I'm able to be myself, my authentic self, my ability to gain my client's trust. I think it's a privilege to be able to manage someone's assets. When it comes to money and health, that's kind of like the most close-knit things, right? So a person really has to trust you to give you money to manage. You're talking about their livelihood, so I don't take it lightly. It's an honor to be trusted with someone's assets. So I feel like, that alone, and just my character really, I take what I do very serious, and my clients know that I have their best interests at heart. So I would say that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, when you are not working for, our viewers to learn a little bit more about yourself,
Yeah.
what do you like to do for fun?
Oh man, I love basketball, definitely. So it's funny because I actually told Lizzie I wasn't gonna play before this because I didn't want to get hit in my face. So that's funny. But other than basketball, I love being outdoors. Hiking, I'm starting to get into nature a little bit more. What else do I like to do? I like to be around water. For someone that doesn't know how to swim, that's fun. So I love doing that. I love going out to eat nice places. I love visiting different places, traveling as well. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope everyone who is watching learned a little bit more about what a financial advisor is and maybe realizing that they need someone like Ben themselves in their corner.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lizzie.